President Trump asked me to run, and wasn't something I expected, wasn't something that I was asking for, but God saved his life so that he could save the world. And since he says he needs my help to make that happen, then that's what I'm going to do.
State Senator Randy Fine is President-elect Donald Trump's choice to replace Congressman Mike Waltz, who's been tapped to be the president's national security advisor.
I'm the third-generation Floridian. My family came to Florida after they immigrated to the United States. I moved back to Florida full-time in 2006, and I'm a retired businessman. I started with no money, and started and built 3 companies that were fairly successful. After I retired, I decided to run for the legislature because I was angry about education in the state. I didn't like what kids were learning. I didn't like the involvement of parents, and I didn't like the lack of school choice. And so over my 8 years in the legislature, I fixed all of those.
Fine says President-elect Trump knows that he doesn't live in Waltz's district, but he says that shouldn't matter.
I think he also knew that the issues that matter to District 6 aren't dissimilar to the issues that matter to Americans. I have yet to speak to one Republican voter who tells me their number one issue isn't sealing the border and illegal immigration. Well, that's the same issue no matter where you are. So whether it's illegal immigration, inflation, foreign affairs, these are the issues that matter to everybody. And under state law, actually under the Constitution, you only have to be a resident of the state. So it is our founding fathers didn't thought being a resident of the state was good enough, and so that's where we are. But I think on the federal issues that matter to folks in Washington, I'm as familiar with them as anything. And then on the local issues that matter, I've spent 8 years working on water issues, on infrastructure issues.
Tomorrow we'll hear more from Fine on how he plans to address issues of local concern. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
It'll provide more hotel-type rooms, more resort-type rooms right there in Volano Beach.
A new Volano vacation destination is moving forward. Liz Ryan has an update.
DLP Capital has acquired almost 38 acres in Volano. Part of the land is west of A1A along the Talamado River. Another part of it is oceanfront east of A1A. I spoke to Jim Boyce, president of Development and Construction. Although it has been approved for one, he said they're not planning an RV park per se.
It's not currently our intent to put RVs there. It's more of a horizontal hotel, but it falls under the Department of Motor Vehicles because it's on a frame. It's a luxury hotel unit. We're just not stacking them.
They're planning on 169 park models.
2 bedrooms, bunk beds, whatever, just like you're going to a nice hotel room, but you're parking right in front. It's what I would call a horizontal hotel resort.
And last week, it came closer to fruition. It went before the Design and Review Board. Resident Mike Compton was there.
The board approved unanimously to approve the permit with conditions that the maintenance and utility buildings that are facing A1A, the appearance of those be improved from what they had in its original permit request.
Residents came to the meeting to voice some concerns.
The size of the clubhouse, traffic, and utilities to support such a large facility, and the traffic would relate to the DOT, which the petitioner said they were working with, and also with the utilities, they said they were also working with them. But basically it was still approved with the conditions that those utility buildings be improved from the original plan.
For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
The St. Johns County Commission meets this morning. Karen Johnson has a preview.
There is a full agenda awaiting the members of the County Commission. More from St. Johns County Public Affairs Director Wayne Larson.
Item number 1, which is our 2025 roadway and transportation list of priority projects that we'll be submitting to Florida Department of Transportation and North Florida Transportation Planning Organization. And this is important because it kind of sets the edge, if you will, for the county seeking support for funding from the state and also matching funds from other government agencies.
And there is another highlighted item on the agenda.
We have been developing a countywide strategic plan with input from the public. The final draft presentation of the strategic plan will be presented to the board, and if they approve it, we'll begin moving forward with communication of that plan and active updates to the public as we move forward.
The meeting begins this morning at 9 a.m. in the County Auditorium on San Sebastian View. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.